I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And this week, we're back. Rob was on vacation last week in the Bahamas. And, you know, he was watching some NCAA tournament, maybe put down a little legal wager there on the island of Bahamas.
A little March Madness.
It got him thinking a little bit about maybe there would be a way to wager on whether or not certain large-scale titles would make it out in 2008. And he just came to me and said, Ben, that'd be a great idea for a show. And I said, yeah, you're right. So we came together and put together odds on whether some of the top titles for this year were going to make it out in 2008 as they have projected.
Yes.
So what's first up?
Speaking of big titles for 2008, what bigger title than StarCraft 2? Now, this one was a tough one. Obviously, I'm of the mind that it's going to be the biggest title for 2008. There's been a lot of good stuff we've seen already from StarCraft 2. There's been, most importantly, the game has been made playable for people at events like BlizzCon. There's been a lot of video footage, good trailers, gameplay videos. So the game looks polished. It looks good. It looks ready to go. And I definitely think that is playing in favor of StarCraft 2 hitting its release date for late 2008. However, on the negative side, and this is really what sways the odds against it hitting the date, are, Blizzard is known for having delays, especially with big projects like this. And this is a huge project. This is the godfather of the RTS, 10 years in the making. Hugely anticipated sequel, so I can see them being extra special careful with this game and making sure that it's not not going to be delayed, buggy and just maybe delaying it 3 to 6 months to make sure that it's perfect, because it really has to be perfect, And honestly, there has been a lot of sort of chatter behind the scenes, people saying, we're not sure, like a lot of StarCraft fans telling me we're not sure if it's going to make it out this year. We're really worried. So you take that into account, and you think to yourself, 10 to 1 odds, I'd say. 10 to 1 odds.
10 to 1 odds. Now, that's pretty high odds. Rob, in an earlier episode of 2ndtake, let me remind you, said that the fanboys would go crazy if they pushed this title into 2009. But we won't go there.
If you delayed StarCraft 2 another year, I mean, people would be suicidal, I think. People would be suicidal.
We won't go there.
Whatever.
If you're looking for a real long shot bet for this year, Resident Evil 5 would probably be a good one to pick.
Big long shot.
2007 came out with the trailer. It looked great. There was some controversy around it, but people were generally pretty excited about this. I was excited about it.
Yeah.
It looked frightening. And we were all pretty excited, but we haven't heard a lot from it. And they've kind of backed off a little bit their tentative 2008 release date. They haven't officially said it moved to 2009 or anything, but there just hasn't been much word. We haven't seen it at a major event.
Yeah.
And most notably, in a 2007 issue of Famitsu magazine, the lead producer, Ju Takeuchi, said that it wouldn't make it in 2008. So I think he would know.
I think he'd probably be in the know.
So I'm giving that one 70 to 1 odds.
Woo!
If anyone wants to take me at 70 to 1,
that is a long
I got
shot.
you. But it's kind of a long shot making that one for 2008.
Yeah, that's not exactly Seabiscuit there. Well, here's one better odds, much better odds. Fallout 3. Now, this is another game. For me personally, I am looking forward to very much. I think it's one of the most anticipated games of the year. Bethesda first kind of took the wrappers off the game, the E3 2007 last summer. They showed it. They did a great little tour of the. They took us through gameplay of the introductory levels of the game. I mean, it looked fantastic, I think. It looked like it was ready to go. I mean, like you could just sit down and play it right there.
Sure.
No load time issues, no bugs, nothing really. Bethesda has been very, very confident and adamant about hitting that release date of fall 2008. So I think there's a good chance that it makes it. On the negative side, on the con side, since that time last summer at E3, we haven't seen a lot from Fallout 3. We haven't seen it at any trade shows. I think, there's kind of been a lack of trailers out there, I mean, it's been kind of quiet. So you wonder, maybe if they ran into some issues, maybe it's going to hold it back till later in 2008, hopefully not 2009. So, but I still think this is a solid bet right here. It's one of the best bets on the board. I give it 5 to 2 odds.
5 to 2 odds. Yeah. So, a little more conservative bet out there. You're looking for something nice, conservative. Hayes 5-2.
Yeah.
I got the best odds of the night today. Spore. Will Wright Spore.
What a shocker.
Which is a shocker because there has been delays in the past. Rob poo-pooed it coming out in 2008. Earlier this year when we were talking about most anticipated games.
I pooed all over it.
But they set a firm release date of September 7th, which is really encouraging. And they've been showing a lot of the game, a lot of marketing for this title. Yeah. With the iPhone announcement, they had it playing on the iPhone. So a lot, and it's not a very graphically intensive game, which a lot of times causes delays. So, I think it's pretty good odds that it will make it there. On the negative side, we haven't seen a playable demo. I don't think that's that big a deal for a game like this.
But they didn't do anything at GDC, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, well, that was kind of a bummer, but they seem pretty adamant about it. It seems like it's going to make it. I got it at 3-2 odds.
3-2 odds.
Your safest bet. Maybe you hedge with Resident Evil or something.
This is best odds in the house. Although, hey, Grand Theft Auto 4 had a definite release date last year. But anyway, moving on. Next title, Left 4 Dead. Zombies. Love zombies. It's Valve's only title this year. It's the multiplayer survival horror game. There have been a couple of recent media reports of hands-on experience, playable demo of the game. Been very positive, looks good, looks like it's shaping up. Now, on the con side, I really only have one con. It's Valve, okay? They don't hit release dates. They take their time with games. They have a rich history of delays. And delays for the betterment of the game. Look at TF2. Look at Half-Life 2.
Oh, we appreciate that.
We appreciate the delays. Does it make us unhappy initially? Of course it does. But, hey, it's Valve. It wasn't at this year's GDC. Who knows if we'll see it at E3. I would love to believe that this game is going to make its Q3 release date for this year, but I'm putting the odds at 9-2, and I'm not afraid of it.
9-2 odds. 9-2. That's a good dark horse. It's a good bet. You get paid 9-2 on that. You feel pretty good about it. But it is Valve. So
sorry.
Buyer beware. Last up, we have the Force Unleashed, LucasArts title. Big anticipated title, Star Wars. We've seen a lot of this game. The other one we've seen a lot of. Big marketing. You went to that big event at GDC for it.
Yeah.
They've been showing definite progression in the game, in demonstrating at shows and stuff, which is all positive.
And on the website, too. Tons of gameplay videos.
Tons of gameplay, exactly. But it was scheduled for a spring release. It's been pushed back to summer. Never a good sign. And there's a lot of technical issues with this game. It's 3 engines being used together, Havoc, this digital molecular metal, and a new game engine, Euphoria. It's a lot to work out. You add to that PS3 development, which has always caused trouble.
That's the kicker.
And, I'm putting this one at a 7-1 odds that it makes it out this year, just because there's so much going on. It's a Star Wars title. You really don't want to mess that up. And so it really could be pushed back to maybe Q4, but maybe next year.
Given the technological advancements within this game and the platforms, you're right. I would not be surprised if it did get delayed, but cross your fingers. Maybe the Force is with this one. You never know.
Oh, that was pretty cheesy.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Ben Meyer.
I'm Rob Wright.
And we'll see you next time.